Come on, let's have a hot first minute. Come on, let's have a hot first minute. You know what happens is Current Mood goes up on Instagram television, otherwise known as IGTV, on Wednesday. And the first minute of it goes up on Instagram on my feed. And every time I watch it, I go, that's not a hot first minute. We need a hot first minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the show tonight, Finneas is here. That's hot. He brought a truck and a half's worth of gear. It's phenomenal. We're giving out awards all night because that's what you do in December now. When you invent a show, you also invent awards. I'm going to show hot fever pics. I'm going to answer the question, should I cover my grays? And just a ton of stuff. I'll probably say 2 or 3 things I didn't mean, and we'll spiral into an unknown wormhole while I'm talking to a person going like this. That's got to be interesting, while I'm dying inside. It's Current Mood. This was a cold open. We really need at some point some sort of animated sequence or something to start the show off. But a little applause never hurts. Thank you. Last week I wasn't here. Well, I was here, but I wasn't on the show because I got sick. I got myself a fever. I got the chills. And I lost all my wanna. You know, that's how I can tell I'm getting sick, is when I lose all my wanna. You want to go to dinner? Go, oddly, I do not. And that's how I know that something wrong is about to happen. But I grew up in a house that doubted the sick child. I don't know if there's anyone else out there who had a doubting family, or certainly doubting parents. So I want you to know that I took some photographs to prove that I was sick. This is no joke. This is what I do. And I don't know where it is now. Hold on a second. Hold on. I really had it here, now I don't. Oh boy, I mean, if we're talking about proving things, I will post the photograph of the thermometer that I did take not long ago. A week ago, actually. I don't know why it's not here now. But I did take a picture. It was 103. 100.3, not 103. You would have heard more about that if it was 100. I grew up in any people out there who's had a parent didn't trust their being sick? I had a mother who would check my vomit for rifling. I can see it has a spin on it that this looks induced. We're going to send chunks out to the lab. But I was sick, and now I'm back, and as you can tell, I'm full of vim and vigor. Well, you ever seen someone with just vim? What am I talking about? I really wish I had that photo, because I didn't look well at all. We have a sponsor tonight. Tonight's show is brought to you by a printout of the gift. Are you a lazy sack of shit who didn't go out to buy a gift for the holidays this season? Simply go to a website, find the product you may or may not end up getting for your friend or loved one, and give them a printout of the gift. You hand them the gift, and you say, this isn't the gift. This is a picture of what's coming. And you got the Jackie Chan bomb vest from Rush Hour. Now, here's what I would say. If you know me well enough to know that I desperately wanted the bomb vest that Jackie Chan wore in Rush Hour, you should think ahead and get it to me Christmas Day, because I want to wear that bomb vest on Christmas Day. I don't know when it's going to come, but a friend sent me this. I'm getting the Jackie Chan bomb vest from Rush Hour. I'm actually not. But anyway. Also, tonight's show brought to you by getting drunk and playing with a flashlight. If you come back from a holiday party, a little extra vim, and you can't find your vigor in the dark, get drunk and play with a flashlight. We're really off to a running start. Oh, someone said, I love John Grayer. More on that in a second. But it's time for, can I talk to you over here for a minute?
Hey, can we talk for a minute? Let's get in and up.
Hey, iTunes, I will let you know when I want to play a song that I've just downloaded from the internet. I will let you know. It's cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. But you'll be the first to know when I want to hear that thing I downloaded, okay? It's just a snare sample. Doesn't have to go into my library forever. Thank you.
Hey, can we talk for a minute? Let's get in and up.
Crushing it. What's going on down there? Oh, pictures of text. Is it working?
Oh, yeah.
All right, good. So it's funny someone should say they like John Grayer, because I have been wondering lately whether I should cover my grays. And this is a true story. I thought to myself, well, let's look at the people who have gray hair, well-known men who have gray hair, and see how stupid they would look if they colored their hair. I wanted to call this segment, What If They Died? But because I don't have the graphic to go on the screen to spell D-Y-E-D, it just doesn't feel right. So, what if they colored, I guess, I don't know. We're going to eject that idea before it goes anywhere else. But, so we're going to take a look at some people who are well known for being gray, and in order for me to understand how cool it is to go gray, we're going to see how uncool it would be for these well-known people to have colored their hair. In a segment called We'll Leave That Alone. George Clooney, of course, known throughout the world as a silver fox. There's George Clooney. But what if George Clooney one night decided that all of a sudden he was feeling a little insecure and he wanted to look like a man just a few years younger? That's what George Clooney would look like. And I'm not. You look at that and you go, that doesn't make any. That doesn't look becoming at all. He's definitely looking better. Bit of a lag on Instagram right now. Anderson Cooper, another silver fox, incredibly well known for going au naturel, and certainly a beacon of hope to those who are going gray. And you could be absolutely attractive with full gray head of hair. Let's take a look at him and see what happens if he caved in. That's all I need to know to look at and say, let's just go gray. Let's go. Going gray is great. Joke lag. One day I may have a real show, and they'll say, what was it like coming out? It's like, this show is great because people laugh the minute the joke is told. Bob Weir, maybe the coolest guy with gray hair. Let's take a look at what happened to legend and a Dead and Company bandmate, Bob Weir. What would happen if Bob decided that he wanted to go, oh, no, he's gone for the Scottish lager. Logger. He's gone for the lumberjack. Joke lag. Jason Statham. Now you might be saying, John, where's this going? Jason Statham is not gray, nor does he have hair on his head. And I say, that won't stop a good joke. Let's see what happened if Jason Statham decided he wanted to dye his hair. Yeah, see, that's doesn't look.
Okay.
Why would he dye his forehead? Why would the guy dye his forehead? That's stupid. That's so stupid. All right, that's the end of that. Oh wait, but he's still there. So anyway, the point is, I think I'm gonna keep. And I made up my mind, I'm keeping my gravy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my gravy. Yeah. Thoughts on John Frusciante's return? You know John Frusciante's coming back in the Chili Peppers.
Sick.
You know, some people can't get over their ex.
Yeah. 10 years.
So that one phone call comes in, ruins your whole home life.
If you're
married,
Josh, yeah.
You got kids, John Frusciante calls, John.
Crazy.
And then you're off in an 88 Cutlass Sierra, driving into the sunset with your ex. Someone wrote sick. Nothing like a well-placed sick. All right, well, it's time to give out awards. Everyone's doing it. I thought I would jump into... Let me get this thing off the screen. I don't know whether people can see that. We need some award music here. This award is for Year of the Decade. We're celebrating outstanding achievement by a calendar year in the last decade. And the nominees are 2011, 2016, 2017, and 2012. And the the winner is, great ending to that thing. I wonder who it's going to be. 2016. 2016 could not be here tonight because that was almost 4 years ago. Here to accept the honor in 2016's stead, BJ Novak, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I just want to say to all the doubters out there, everyone at the end of the year 2016 who said, oh, can't wait for this year to be over. It got worse. 2016 got a bad rap. Thank you guys. Woo!
BJ Novak. Yep. Cut for time. Come on now. Okay, how's everybody doing out there? Sometimes I get a little jokey, and I can't wait till we have a budget for matte powder for a forehead. Can't wait. BJ Novak, Forever Turtle. BJ Novak. When you think about some names people pick, you'd be like, welcome to Instagram. What's your email address? And what name would you like? Someone goes like, Forever_Turtle. Let me in. 2016 was the worst, says Lisa Marie. Well, let me ask you this question. What was the greatest year of the decade? Start punching in your numbers now. One of you will win 16 tickets to the Billie Eilish 2020. Bolivia, not a year, it is a place. I'll accept it. 2018, says Adrian R. Gallagher. 1998. We were looking for something from the last 10 years. 2018, 2011. Something tells me there's a little bit of personal bend here when people are... The year you come to Argentina. Bam! Ooh. Bam! 2009, 2008, 2019, 2008. All right, this is riveting television. All right, well, I guess it's time for the main event, ladies and gentlemen. We have the record right here. My guest tonight is a hyper-talented singer-songwriter and producer, both under his own name and for the wonderful Billie Eilish. He's nominated for 6 Grammy Awards. Next month, he embarks on the Billie Eilish 2020 World Tour. This is his record right here. It's Blood Harmony. Again, this is how big it's printed off Spotify. Blood Harmony right here. It's the most anticipated tour of next year. He is the recipient of tonight's Current Mood Innoventor Award. Here to accept the award, and in fact, this is going to be the giving of his award right now. He should get awards for the number of awards he's been winning, and that's what the Innoventor Award is. It is an innovator and an inventor. Many can invent but can't innovate, and vice versa, but this man has done both. He is a young man with the gravitas of a man much older. I look up to him, and this is actually true. You do have a sort of a gravitas about you that belies your age.
I know.
Do you know this?
Yeah.
No, it's a little intimidating. I look at you like a peer, and normally I like looking down on people. I find it Ladies and gentlemen, here to accept the award for... Hold on, there's a few here. This is the Innoventor Award. Ladies and gentlemen, here to accept the Current Mood Innoventor Award. That's what you this one. Finneas. Gotta get the handshake. You want to do a speech?
This is like a real actual award.
Yeah, I told you I'd give you a real award.
This is insane. I don't have anything like particularly like arch or like clever to say, and I'm just really happy to be here. It makes me feel very cool that I'm here.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thanks for being here.
This is ridiculous, though.
No, I really did say, like, people don't know, I don't know, I met you about a year ago or so.
Yeah, a year and a half.
And you came to the studio, and we
Yes.
hung, and I got a sense of your process, and you played some stuff for me, and I was blown away. And then you played me a song called Bad Guy.
We did play it that day.
You played
It's already
Bad
done.
Guy for me.
Yeah.
I got to get the star on here. I got to get the dude. And I can't wait till one day we get a camera. It's so exciting to do a show with a camera. Until then, we'll get close. But you played me Bad Guy. You played, for Chad and I, you played Bad Guy. I remember sitting there, And I remember it might seduce your dad type. I'm like, this is it. And then I remember, I think I told you that the sound was so interestingly distorted. It was like Fight Club when the film goes like that.
That's a cool comparison.
And I just, from the moment we hung, I went, that's a guy we're all going to be working for someday.
Oh.
You just, honest to God, know what you're doing more than I think anyone. You do know what you're doing, right? Would you say that you know what you're doing, or any part of this is accidental?
Of course. Yeah, no, it's like all kind of you know when you... Actually, this is a thing my mom always told me, which was that if you just tell people a thing you're thinking of doing, like you're already halfway done with it, other people just believe you. Do you know what I mean? If you say, I'm thinking of maybe writing a movie, and they go like, who cares? But if you go like, I've written like most of it.
Right.
They're
Also,
like, oh, awesome.
No one thinks a celebrity's lying about what they're doing. I used to tell people that I was going to be in a sequel to The Blood Diamond. And everybody, nobody has it in them to debate me.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was announced that Billy was going to be the musical guest on SNL, I like posted the photo of like the host and the like the sticker photo that they always do, and I wrote, and I get to play Stefan's long lost brother Jeffon. And for the next like 2 weeks, like, all the people that I know in real life were like, "That's so cool! Like, how did that happen?"
You might as well use that misinterpretation of fact to your advantage every once in a while.
I should, yeah.
Have you ever lied about something that was kind of fantastical? Because you've had an incredible success in a very short period of time, a meteoric rise.
Crazy.
Is there anything you lied about when you were growing up that now you ended up doing, and you don't feel like you lied about it so much?
Okay, this is a weird example, but I feel like I wore like poser clothing for a while. Like I'd look in the mirror and I'd look at like the jacket I was wearing, and I'd be like, "This is a jacket of a person doing all the stuff I wish I was doing, and I'm doing none of it."
Dress for the job you want.
And now I feel like I have the job for the uniform of the job that I'm wearing.
I have a story. Nobody knows this. When I was in high school, I lied a lot when I was a kid. Did you? I lied a lot.
I did too.
When I was in elementary school, and this is what's so funny, when you're a kid, you don't realize you're a kid. Like, I told all my friends, which, this is how stupid this is, I told all my friends that I was an undercover cop.
As a kid?
As a kid.
What age?
I was probably like 11 or 12.
Deep cover.
And I had... because you don't realize you're a kid when you're a kid. Like, if you ever fantasize about, like, your neighbor's mom, and you go back 30 years later and think about the fantasy, you were a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Like,
totally. Babysitters and friends' older sisters.
Yeah, you like, go back and watch that video in your mind of 11-year-old you being like, yeah, totally. It would be the craziest looking thing in the world. Crazy to say the least. But I said in high school that I had a demo deal with Columbia Records to get attention.
And then you signed
And then I signed with Columbia Records. So
that's unbelievable.
Yeah, you know, I feel like we cooked the books a little bit on that.
Wait, but so in high school when you were saying you had a demo deal with Columbia Records, did you know anyone that worked at Columbia Records at the time?
I never left Connecticut. I went to New York City 3 times.
Were the conversations like someone was like, "John, you told my friend that you have the demo deal with Columbia Records," and were you like, "Yeah, but I don't like to talk about it"?
Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, like I probably did use that.
No. Yeah, but let's keep it. Yeah, but don't tell anybody.
Ooh,
Don't tell anybody.
Ooh, who told you? Oh, this is.
Oh, that got out.
You know what?
Where'd you read that?
I really did do that. Yeah. So I was, undercover cop and recording star.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I would be in a heartbeat. What if a tour was just a cover to go steal hard drives and stuff? Like, playing Russia again. We're hot in Russia.
You look around the crowd for like way too long in between songs. Like you're really actually looking for something.
Well, you actually are already set up to repel on stage.
Yeah.
You actually, at any moment, can use the same.
I wear all the spelunking equipment. Yeah.
Phineas is on a bed that then it's a Craftsmatic.
That's right.
It comes up. It can go like that.
It's just a Duxiana. That's all it is. It's just a luxury bed.
How long do you spend on the bed every night? Is it one song?
One song.
When you look at it later on
looks
Instagram,
like the whole show.
It looks like the whole show is on the bed.
Well, it's the only moment I get photographs taken of me during the show. So if I want to post a photo that I'm in, it's the bed photo.
I get it. I go, oh, this is great. But I also thought to myself, that's the craftiest way to do a tour.
If you want to see a photo, an incredibly good photo of Billy looking very cool and somehow also courageous, and a silhouette of my prominent nose in the background. There's plenty of those photos every night.
You please post one.
Yeah, I should
Please,
post those.
that's so funny. I thought the whole thing was on a bed, and I went, "That's diabolical," because I'm starting to get some aesthetic ideas for my next tour where I'm just lying flat on the stage.
Yeah, that'd be
singing
good.
upwards.
That'd be good.
And the crowd is above me. The crowd repels, and I do nothing.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So I looked at the dates.
Yes.
By the way, this is the hottest tour. This is no joke. It's such a hot tour you're about to go on that people ask me for tickets.
They do?
They ask me for tickets, and I go, I don't know if you know this, but I am not in the band. And it only happened one other time. It doesn't. It was a Hannah Montana tour. You're nothing like Hannah Montana. And how are you different than Hannah Montana? That's a great question. And flight attendants and gate agents would be like, "Can you get me tickets to Hannah Montana?" And I go, "I don't. That's just because I'm in that industry doesn't mean I can get you tickets." But now that I'm telling the story, I totally
Did
got your
you
tickets.
did you avoid that hurting your feelings? Because that would super hurt my feelings if someone said, "Oh my God, you're John Mayer. Can you get me tickets to see somebody that's not John Mayer?" That would bum me out.
I must have been going on the way to something I was going to be happy doing because I didn't remember getting bummed out. I must have been on the way to play a show or something. I don't have an ego that way. A lot of people think like I have an ego. Like, you know who I never
You just heard it here. John has no ego.
I don't have a weaponized ego. It doesn't come out that way.
Got
I
it.
don't see myself. In fact, I will say when I'm not playing music, I don't consider myself a guy who's ever done it. It's hard to explain. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think of yourself as a musician, famous star guy right now. I mean, now you're on this show, which is just...
Now I've made it.
It's a different day tomorrow, I'll tell you what, buddy. You walk out, the sun's going to shine a little brighter in your world after this. But
I know what you mean.
the tour is so ambitious. When I look at these dates, I get nervous because I go, "Oh my God, that's a lot of dates." And I'm a grown-up. I'm a semi-grown-up. What's your strategy going into this, especially with Billy, who's younger? How do you have any strategy in mind for how you keep mental health and physical health and make the last show feel like the first show when it comes to wherewithal and everyone's feeling all right?
Well, we've never made the last show feel like the first show ever on any of our runs.
No one ever
the
has.
last show always feels like we're done.
Yeah.
They're all really fun, but the first show's so exciting, and then every show after that is less exciting. For me, maybe Billy is just pure the whole way.
You're
through.
allowed to say that it's not 100% White Tiger excitement all the time.
Yeah, they're all great, and her crowd's really, we're very spoiled. I feel like her crowds are like the best crowd all the time. There's sometimes we'll play for it and we'll be really tired that night, and I'll think, man, if this was any other point in my life, I'd be like, well, this is the best crowd.
Don't you wish you could save some of this on account?
Yeah,
Roll it out on your fourth record.
absolutely. And it looks like we have 100,000 dates in 2020, but what we did was we just announced the whole year all at once.
Got it. Yeah, it's still one day at a time. That's what I think. I think now that I hear you say this, my management sneaks up on me. It's just 20 shows. Okay, it's just 20 shows. Like meet me in a diner. I'm sipping a milkshake with both hands. It's just 20 shows. Okay. I need to be coddled. I don't know if you know that. Here's some questions.
Okay.
How are you going to have any fun? You're an adult. Are you going to have any? How are you going to divide this tour up a little bit? So you looking forward to having a little adult fun on a tour? Are you going to? Do you have adult rock star fun? Do you have to put it aside when you're doing this tour? You're going to have a room to yourself?
Well, what happens on our tour for adult fun is me and my mom and my dad just get wasted. No, honestly, I love my family a lot, and we crack each other up and make fun of each other all the time, and that is hilarious to me. And then I bring a lot of recording gear on the road and record, and then when we have days off, I'm not Billy famous, and I get to go walk around, which is awesome.
You got it.
Yeah.
Billy famous. Yeah.
Yeah. I could say John famous, too. I mean, same deal.
Oh, nobody's Billy famous right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's Billy famous.
It's pretty
right
famous. BTS, maybe. BTS pretty famous.
now. More famous than Billy?
They're pretty famous.
Yeah, it's Billy. Billy is probably like Twilight, 2008.
Oh my God!
Twilight.
Good comparison,
right? Like, can't go outside. People seem like there's a little obsession with this kind of fame. I have it myself. Like, whoa, can't go outside a hotel room, right?
Right.
So, what are off days like in a hotel room when you're Well, I'm not asking you to tell me someone else's business.
We do. We really make an effort to get outside and to see nature and get exercise. And, we try in different cities, different things, right?
Don't tell me what it is, if there is one. But is there a Billie Eilish disguise that's used?
No, there's really not. And here's her argument, and I'm sure you can relate to this. Everyone's seen the paparazzi photos of every celebrity in their lame disguise,
Right.
And they look ridiculous,
Right.
Like the hat and the other hat, and they look like the Invisible Man.
Right.
And so Billie's whole point is there will be photos of me, and I want to look the way that I want to look in those photos.
Do you know what my strategy is now for not getting photographed by paparazzi? Don't be that famous. It's called release a few records with no hits on it. Just really good deep cuts. Just a couple of real good, solid concert set list beefer uppers, and suddenly it's the greatest anti-paparazzi tactic in the world. But here's a question for you.
Not to just stroke the ego that you don't have, but but I was listening to "Still Feel Like Your Man" yesterday in the car. That song is awesome. Every time I hear it,
Thank you.
I really love it.
Thank you. I worked on that song really, really, really hard. And let me tell you how I knew that Still Feel Like Your Man wasn't going to really go the distance. I was backstage at the Garden. I had just Madison Square Garden. It wasn't a botanical garden.
John calls his house backstage of his garden.
Backstage of my garden.
Yeah.
And I saw the label guys. I saw the one label guy from Columbia who was responsible for putting the songs on the radio and getting everything played. I think he was the guy with the lunchbox full of money. And I said to him, it was right up close to him. It was about this close. I said, I really, really believe and Still Feel Like Your Man. And this head of radio put his hand on my shoulder and he said, and we know that you do. And I thought, maybe it's not good. But that problem for me is that every song I have is not, I don't give people the convenience of songs that sound similar to the one before them, so you can't quite hear a song and go like,
I think those are a waste of time. Songs that sound like the one before them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a few bands that do pretty well with it. Speaking of which, now I feel like it's time to give you the impossible question. Oh no, let's give you an award. No, let's give you the impossible question. Where's the impossible question here? Here's the impossible question. You don't have to read it out loud. But look at this impossible question.
This is a super fucked up question. I'll read it out loud because I enjoy the lack of ambiguity that it leaves. But the question is Billie Eilish or the Beatles, which is a crazy question.
There's no way to answer it without PR mess.
Well, I think I would to me that comparison is a little bit like Billie Eilish or Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah, well, it's like saying pick family.
Yeah.
You have to pick which person to basically offend more. It doesn't any way you slice it. It's the world's perfect worst question.
I get to pick Billie Eilish because I love her as a human being more than anything in the world, and I never got to know any of the Beatles, but the Beatles have had a bigger impact on my and Billy's life than any other artist ever.
He got through it. He figured it out. It's time for another award. This is called the Double Duty Award. Now, you're not the only person up for this award, but you are the only person in attendance, so this bodes well. The Double Duty Award recognizes extraordinary work ethic by way of performing in more than one band. And the nominees are...
You've got to be nominated for this.
Yes, I am. Finneas and BJ Novak. John Mayer for John Mayer and Dead & Company. I really should have made that longer.
I like the sharp cut.
Offset for Offset and Migos.
Nice.
And Chuck E. Cheese for Chuck E. Cheese and Munch's Make Believe Band. And the winner is... This is so exciting. It's a Hallmark card. Finneas!
Wow.
Congratulations. You want to do a speech about being in two bands?
I'll do a speech about two things. One, I'm sure people go, what does John do with all that money? And he makes awards only for me to give away on his show and buys watches. And
yes,
the other thing that I want to talk about is that video that went viral on Twitter of the tension in Chuck E. Cheese's band. Have you seen that?
No.
It's all animatronic figures, and it's some parent who's bored out of their mind at a Chuck E. Cheese filming the band, and the caption is just a lot of tension in that band. And the song is playing, and it just pans between the band members who are all like, and then looking at each other. Worth pulling up. Worth the watch.
My brother and I wrote a movie one time about a guy who used to work on the animatronic bears who gets contracted by NASA to do space, like jet propulsion stuff. And then you forget that was his origin story, the whole movie, except they finally figures out how to slingshot the space crew home using the gravitational pull of the Earth. They don't hear from the crew for a while, and everyone's nervous, and they hear, Houston, we are in the atmosphere. And everyone's like, it's like this. Oh, God. Everyone's like this. And then the guy goes, play him home, Bears. And then the Bears are behind. And they're all going like, bing, 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 bing. All right, this is the greatest thing. You are phenomenal. This is a game. Now, it's going so well, and I don't know if you know about me, but when things are going really, really well, I like to triple down. So this is, I know are you getting a lot of ticket requests for this tour?
You talking to me?
Yeah. For next year, a lot of people. A lot of people hitting you up.
And I feel like this is probably true of your own stuff. I've graduated from requests to people just don't think they can bother me about it. But anyone that knows me is getting requests. Anyone that knows me a little
Is requesting.
They're getting requests from their friends,
Right.
which is worse. Because if I get a request, I can say
Yeah.
or I can say, I don't know you, and then I can say no. But it's like people like my dog trainer was like someone asked me for tickets to your.
I hope it was
show.
a dog. My best dog. My goodest boy.
Yeah.
Skip
would really like a ticket.
It's Skip plus 4. Yeah. It's like the plus 4.
Yeah, he went for the litter.
So this is a buzzer.
Okay.
And when I'm gonna request tickets from you as if I'm reading a text or an email.
Yeah.
To you. And if I say a thing that's cool and I'm on my way to get tickets.
Yeah.
Don't hit the buzzer. But if I say something that I've automatically outed myself, I'm not getting tickets. Hit the buzzer.
Okay, so this is the opposite of the Voice TV show system where they hit the buzzer and the chair spins and they say yes. This is the
This
X
means
Factor.
I've got to try
America's
again.
Got Talent.
I've got to try.
We
But
hate
this means I get to rephrase.
Okay.
Okay, here. This is like you're looking at me. Hey, Finneas. Been a while, bro. Congrats on everything. Okay. Forget that. Hope all is well in your world. I hate to be this guy. I know you probably hate this. But is there any chance I could get 2 tickets for my girl and me and their 2 friends? I'm still in to see your show. Totally happy to pay. That helps, right?
That's pretty much.
Parking passes would be awesome too. If there's any way you can swing that, I would also love to come back and say hi. Again, hate to be that guy. All right, that's pretty cool.
That's a dude with so so little self-confidence. There were so many apologies in that to me that I have pity on that person.
What if? I understand. I like the ones that get straight to the point.
Well, that's my point. Some people who basically don't know you at all are like, it's no big deal, right? And they ask for kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And I recently had a friend of mine who I've known since I was 15 go I'm absolutely so sorry to do this. And I was like, dude, I've known you for 10 years.
Have you ever signed an autograph for someone that kind of hurt your feelings because you were so close you felt like the autograph was a step back?
Ooh. Autographs basically barely don't happen anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
The whole autograph hound, people at LAX that ask for you to sign 17 of the same vinyl.
Right.
Even if they weren't the same guy, you'd know it was fake just because no kid wants. They all just want a photo.
That's true.
No kid
the photo
wants
is the autograph. Yeah, sometimes I remember people used to be like, "Will you sign this for me?" I was like, "Yeah, but it hurts my feelings because you know me." It's like I used to watch. This is a bit of a tangent for me. I used to watch those shows about tattoo parlors and the story behind tattoos.
Yeah.
And the guy would be like, I'm getting my daughter on my arm.
Your whole arm, yeah.
I know this will always connect us.
Yeah.
And I go, what about the fact that you are literally related? This is closer. This is closer than any tattoo can get you. Man.
Yeah.
So whenever someone goes will you autograph this for me? It's like, how about the fact that I've known you for 20 years?
I didn't feel close to my daughter until I had her face on my forearm. It's so funny.
The day nothing is happier than the day I walked out of that parlor. There's no day I can think of.
The minute I showed her, it's the the day she knew I loved her.
That's unbelievable.
I always like the face tattoos on the arm because the flesh tone always makes the teeth red.
That's true.
The mouth is always so scary.
And the shadowing's always too much.
It's,
and then,
it all looks like the photo Napoleon Dynamite draws for the girl, where he's like, I spent 2 hours on your upper lip.
Oh,
like it all looks like
no one
that.
does it right. No one does it right.
Bad.
Oh goodness. Hey, well, what do you say you play a song?
Are you sure?
I think so. Now, Finneas did bring a full rig, which I think is great, but it's going to take us a second to set up.
Yep.
So, will you set it up during the commercial break? This is the first time on Current Mood that I have a commercial break. It's a 30-second commercial break. We're going to go to a commercial, and when we're back, Finneas is going to play us a song.
Great.
Stay tuned.
There it is. Oh my God, you're playing commercial. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. I'll move my awards. These are beautiful. Trevor's used to having to make these stupid changes in text.
That's so funny.
Oh, I'm watching.
Wow, we love that section.
The idea that they
You wanna go
made
find
for
it out?
this is so funny.
10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Close.
Yeah.
Can we do that? Can we do this? Is this looping? If it's looping, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's kind of cool. Ladies and gentlemen, here to perform his song, I Lost a Friend. Something I do all the time.
Yeah.
Finneas.
I lost a friend, like keys in a sofa, like a wallet in the backseat, like ice in the summer heat. I lost a friend, like sleep on a red eye, like money on a bad bet, like time worrying about every bad thing that hasn't happened yet. I know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I'll be lying awake, counting all the mistakes I've made, replaying fights. I know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I lost a friend, I lost a friend, I lost my mind. And nobody believes me, say I know that he don't need me. 'Cause he made a little too much money to be 20 and sad. And I'll be fine without him, but all I do is write about him. How the hell did I lose a friend I never had? Never had. And then this is the part, John, where I was going to ask you to do like a guitar solo for
Oh, I
like
feel
8
so
bars,
guilty.
and then I was never going to ever come back in. I was just going to have your solo
Oh, I
for
just
6.5
got
minutes.
done it.
It's all good, but next time we'll do an endless guitar solo.
What key are you in there?
I'm in B major.
Yeah, I've never played one.
Yeah.
Thought I
Terrible.
could. I thought maybe I could play some.
know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I've been lying awake, counting all the mistakes I've made, replaying fights. I know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I'm on the mend, but I lost a friend, I lost my mind. And nobody believes me, say I know that he don't need me. 'Cause he made a little too much money to be 20 and sad. And I'll be fine without him, but all I do is write about him. How the hell did I lose a friend I never had? I'd apologize if I thought it might make a difference or make you listen. I'd apologize if it was black and white, but life is different. Just try to listen to me.
No, I'm really looking up. Oh, I have to tell you something. There's always a moment when I do the show where I feel like it's a little goofy and it's a little silly and I feel a little dumb sometimes. And then
This is our actual heights.
This is something
how
like
tall
this
we are.
happens, and you play something like that, and I go, "This is a special show
Oh.
because of you playing with that much beauty and you really are like you make me feel good about handing the baton off to other younger people while I become an older person who's a little slower at what I do. You know, I'm still trying to get it done, but I know that you're out there and Billy's out there, and it's just the best example of artistry you could ask for in 2019.
You are like a trained compliment giver. That is so
I really,
nice.
really mean it. Well, it's time for one more award. This is the 1/1 list. The 1/1 list celebrates outstanding achievement in one person over the age of 1 year old.
Are you nominated for this one too?
I am not.
Oh, that's too bad.
I am not. I've had my fun. The nominees are Shawn Mendes,
Ooh.
Lizzo,
Oh.
Maggie Rogers,
Ooh.
Post Malone,
Ooh.
Karl Malone, Harry Styles, The Weeknd, Ariana Grande, Travis Scott, Lil Nas X, Billie Eilish, and Finneas. And the winner is... You want to open this one?
Sure, this can't go to me. This has to go to Carl or Post. Is Carl his father? It says my name, which is... I can't wait to clear an entire shelf in our living room off of all of Claudia, my girlfriend's like prized possessions, and put my three
Moody's.
current mood
Your
awards.
3 Moody's.
I'm gonna do this. You know what? Because I perform with this keyboard, I'm gonna just put them on the whole tour.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You are awesome. I'm so glad that you're out in the world making music that everyone can love. That's the other thing, too, I want to say. You don't have to just be your age or Billy's age to like this music. I know it's primarily pointed to that sort of experience, but you've done a very smart thing in letting everyone feel like they're welcome to listen to this music. There's
Thanks,
nothing
John.
exclusionary about it.
Well, likewise to you. I don't know what you feel your influence has been, but Billy and I have both been hugely influenced by
Thank
your music, and I've said this to you
Thank you.
when we've met in prior, but I'll say it while we're on the show. I watched John's Berkeley clinic where you shaved your head for some reason.
I didn't do that at the clinic.
The clinic where you shaving the whole time. The thing about a good pop.
Let me tell you about music. Let me tell you about how it works.
I'm just saying because I'm sure you've been to Berkeley many times. It was the one where you had shaved your head.
No, that's the one I had shaved my head. I was
And
doing a
it-
lot of fight training. I was in a good place.
And it's like it's in like 9 parts on YouTube, and it was so good. And you sing like part of Assassin, and it hadn't come
Yeah.
out. It was
Thank
so
you.
cool, and
Thank
I
you.
loved it. And it was recommended to me by an engineer I liked, and then I recommended it to all my friends.
Well, now you're doing things that I need to understand. You're taking it further, and now you're doing things that I'm getting inspired by.
Shaving my head.
Shaving your head.
Yes.
So let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Any chance? I know you hate. I hate asking. I know you hate getting this question.
Here's the buzzer.
Any chance
What's the chance?
that me and maybe one other person could come see you at the Forum on the 18th of January because I think you're a solid dude and I want to come watch you perform and entertain and really play music for me. It would be awesome.
Of course, absolutely. So the January Forum thing, that's like a radio show, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure we can get him in.
That we're gonna have so much fun at that. Don't come to the radio show.
Oh.
Those are no fun. Come to our March.
When's your-
We're doing it like March or April.
Oh,
That's like a headliner Billy thing.
cool.
Yeah.
March or April.
If you want to see 15 minutes of our show when we rotate around on a stage and it's introduced by
Elvis Duran.
LL Cool J or somebody,
Yeah.
then by all means we'll have fun. But you know what I
Well,
mean. Come to the full show.
I would love to come to the full show if you let me.
Thanks,
I did it. Ladies and gentlemen, Finneas, one more time. We will see you next week for the Current Mood Christmas extravaganza. I no need to even promote the tour for next year because it's all sold out. Go to StubHub and spend $6,000. Nosebleed tickets for Billie Eilish 2020. And check out Blood Harmony, which concludes that great song you just heard.
So funny.
We'll see you next week. Have an awesome, awesome holiday season. Current Mood Holiday Extravaganza next week. Thank you. That's a show. Thanks very much.